ChatGPT. He can write the script.
That's that, and they could also take AI rendered actors and stuff. They do it on Marvel all the stuff all the time. Put you in a computerized, digitized image of you in that seat. That's how they finished that Jamie Foxx movie. He got hurt. Yeah. Remember, they wasn't a stunt double. That was computer generated image of him they used to finish the movie. So that kind of shit is worrying.
Now you can die, right? Now that's going to make it hard for actors coming up because it's like, well, shit. If I could just use Brad Pitt's picture, what I need you for?
Yeah, I don't need you. Go get a real job. See you later. You ain't acting no more. And they want to scan background actors and use them in perpetuity. So
no, that's crazy.
They pay you once for the scan, and then they use it however they want, wherever they want.
But watch, that shit gonna make a deal with Facebook, Meta, and all that shit soon. That already has all that on you. Watch.
Yeah, we'll just don't worry. We'll just use your Facebook
gonna make
profile.
$35 billion off that shit. Watch.
He's already made $35 billion.
But once he starts selling, because they sell our data.
Yeah, I know.
And we don't get a piece of that either.
That's why I'm put that nothing on. I don't put shit on there.
It's good people going on strike. It's definitely showing that some people just like, I'm not going.
Fed up with it. True. Willing to take that stand.
It's an old ass contract.
They hungry, bro.
Yeah. I would never support an AI generated anything.
They're just not going to tell you it's AI.
And boom.
Yeah, they just say, nah, it's not.
But you got to deal with it.
They're going to have to legally.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They don't.
You know what I think?
That's what they're working on right now.
This is what I think
you got
going to
to disclose.
Artificial intelligence. Just like when you be in like in small towns, and you can relate to this in Indianapolis or something like that, and a business will be like, this is a family-owned business. Yeah. That's what's gonna happen with technology. It'll be like, this is like a human-owned business or something. Like
Funny, I like that.
They just had the
robots.
You
just lost that.
They just had the robots.
You just lost that.
You see that?
We're all comedians, so he like, I just wrote that down. That is brilliant. That's funny though.
That
I
is
never heard anyone say that.
You just lost that.
You lost that.
Like in the same way as
you can at least give him some
with
dap.
camera
Give him some dap.
Yeah. Leo, you want to speak when he walked in? I ain't heard no dap, man. You crazy? But yeah, man, that's woof. You just lost that.
Damn.
That's all you, bro.
He put his name on it already, so claimed it.
Nah, that's all you, bro. For real. I think that's what it's gonna really be, though.
Oh, I'm right.
That's hilarious.
Human, what you said? Human-owned business.
That's gonna be
You
marketing.
taught us, we taught back. Our touch got heated and everything. All right, family. Y'all starting. I'm ready when y'all are.
Yeah, we ready, Wolf? Rolling.
Rolling.
All right, cool. Hey, welcome to the Penthouse. We'd like to thank Phil for having us in his space. This is wonderful. My name is Avery Mason. That's Phil Hunt. This is I Don't Know, though. Check the name change. We're back another week. And we're having a good week because we have a very special guest in the Penthouse with us. Phil, would you like to introduce our guest?
Yeah, who we got here to my right? Probably y'all left. I don't know. Anyway, very dope comedian, hilarious, good friend of mine. Neko White, everybody. Harlem's own.
Harlem's own. Yeah.
Harlem's own.
You know the hardest motherfucker to introduce is a motherfucker you know
that
well.
Is.
Yeah, I heard you over there stuttering, man.
It's like, you know him longer than me. You didn't know what to say. I'm like, come on, you can say anything, man.
Motherfucker got bashful in that intro.
You want to say nothing. Talk about it.
Now, you know what I think it is? It'd be too personal.
Yeah.
I mean, for those of you listening, obviously we do stand-up comedy hosting. Yeah. You might have to introduce somebody. And the person whose name you'll fuck up usually is a motherfucker you know well.
Yeah.
Talk to every day.
Your tendency is to tell them personal shit you know about them.
Right.
Like, this next motherfucker left-handed.
I'm right-handed.
He don't fuck with no Sagittarius. His ex was a Sagittarius.
True.
He got an Audi belly button. Clap for Neko White, everybody. The crowd be like, hey, man.
Where was a lot of information.
Where was the professional shit at?
Real quick, though. Congrats to y'all, man. This podcast been going on for a minute, and just to watch it grow, to move from, doing in the crib to now the studio in the penthouse.
In the penthouse, yeah.
Got a setup, got producers.
Yeah, Avery always says this is my
dope. Phil got a queen size bed in there, man. This is great.
He won't be satisfied until the IRS knock on my door.
It'll never happen.
I hope they don't do that.
You should invite more
like
people
Ron
up.
Isley. Oh, No.
But on some real shit, this is really nice.
Hey,
so
thank you, man.
I appreciate y'all having me, man. What we talking
thanks
about,
for
y'all?
coming through.
Nico's been rocking with us since me and Phil almost fought each other on the very first episode that
Really?
we had. It was great. Yeah, no, it was great. Now we don't fight no more, man. We just
He
drink
tried
now.
to tell me I was talking too much. I said, it's a podcast.
Yeah, that's a way.
kind of the job.
That's a way to piss Phil off.
That's the job.
Yo, the man said you was talking too much on the podcast.
That's the job.
That's like saying, yo, you playing too much music on this radio show.
Man,
slow
I was
down.
tight.
His arms went up. He
I
was
was
furious.
tight.
It wasn't bad.
You know he big, so I was trying not to cross the line, but I was trying to let him know, like, you know how offensive that is?
Yeah.
Fuck,
That's
you
a show.
talking
What
do
too
you
much
mean
on a
I'm talking too
podcast.
much?
That's a shorter person way to say he was ready to ask you to step outside.
Yeah,
bro.
I-
Like if we hooping and the dude like, yo, you running too much. Then
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, what
Take
does that
too many
mean?
shots.
That's the whole
It's the game where
point
you
of the
take
game.
shots.
Hey, man.
Somebody got to say something.
But we're here, and we're grateful that you stuck around, and you too. Thanks for sticking around. And now
real.
we were supposed to have this with you right
Couple
before
weeks
Easter,
ago.
and I had this whole outfit
Oh,
on.
right. Yeah,
Remember?
you showed up with the funeral fit. Homie
Nah,
came
nah,
in.
nah.
Yo.
I had
Kev
on, I
looked
had on
like,
my,
yo,
my
he
sexy
was
shoes,
casket
y'all.
sharp.
My no sock slides. I had my no sock
Yeah, you
slides.
look,
Yeah, you
you
was
definitely
very
look like
West
a dad.
Indian.
Yeah,
He was
real West
very
Indian,
West
bro.
Indian that
To
day.
where when you showed up, I was like, damn, I'm underdressed for this shit,
Yeah.
man. I didn't know we was doing
We had
that.
Neko White. I had to step my game up a little bit. I take the socks off for you, bro.
Well, I appreciate that. I don't know what that mean, but I
take the
appreciate
socks off.
that.
That's-
No glove, no love.
yo,
What the hell you
what
over
does
here
that
talking
yo,
about?
Leo, not Leo, Wolf.
Wolf.
Can I get another seat, bro? This nigga said I take the socks off for you.
He got his knees out for you.
Yeah,
What's
man.
going on, man?
Trying to step it up. You know, it's classy. Up the joint.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate it.
Y'all don't
bro.
take your socks off when you
I
get dressed
don't
up?
know, boy.
No.
All right, well, that must be a West Indian thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know though. Hey,
No judgment from me,
Thank you
man.
very
I
much.
appreciate you trying, and I'm glad to be
I
here.
I
couldn't
figured
do it,
maybe
though.
it was a New York thing.
nah, I
No,
couldn't
don't put that on us.
That's not New York.
Okay.
I'm
That's
from
that's
Harlem.
that's
I-
West
This is
Indian.
Harlem and Brooklyn on
Yeah,
one
yeah,
couch
yeah.
together.
It's
So
a West Indian side that's how we dress up. But I couldn't do it again today because it's too damn hot.
what
Yeah,
is
no,
the saying? Harlem keeps on making it. Brooklyn keeps on taking it.
no. Brooklyn keeps on making it.
I guess it depends
Yeah,
on where
Harlem
you
keeps on
from.
faking
That's
it.
that's a wait, what?
I don't know though.
Not
What did I say? What?
Cut it out, Grimace.
What I say?
Cut it out,
What did I
Grimace.
say?
Cut it out,
Grimace.
Grimace.
They got the Grimace
Cut
shake
it
going
out,
right now.
Grimace.
The
Cut
kids
it
is
out,
going
Grimace.
crazy
What did I
for the
say?
Grimace shake.
What did I
Y'all
say?
gotta stop that, man.
Seven
That
block.
was never- that was
7 block
never-
neighborhood uptown.
So it was Harlem making it. I had it correct.
Manhattan keeps on making it. Brooklyn keeps on taking it. Queens
I
keeps
heard
on
Harlem.
faking it. Some
But
shit like
Harlem
that.
is
There's a
Manhattan.
remix out there where
Yeah.
Brooklyn is making
That's
it.
only part
That's the
Manhattan that
tricky
matters.
thing. That
Part.
confused the
There's a
hell out of
remix
me.
where Brooklyn is making it. I just,
I got
it's
you.
out there.
Don't worry about it, man. It's all good.
Brooklyn
some
making
AI
it with no socks on, huh?
Some AI will make a
This
remix
guy.
to that song the right way.
Yeah,
We'll get our
maybe.
respect.
Yeah, y'all get y'all respect. I only heard that from like some old ass KRS. I don't mean to call it old, but like some old KRS one song. Manhattan keeps on making it.
That sounded very personal.
Yeah,
I don't want it with KRS One.
I don't want no smoke
I
with
don't
KRS
want
one
no
either.
smoke
That's
with him.
one of the goats. I'm
But,
just talking
Yeah,
shit.
it's
But
surprising.
yeah.
Nico's knowledge of like old school music, considering his age, is like, because we drive in the car sometimes and he'll like, I'll put on a song, he'll just start singing. I'm like, oh, you know this?
He's from the home of hip hop. So
Nah, because I thought he only listened to Lil Wayne and nothing else. So when I played
Nah,
older
man.
stuff, he'd be like, nah, I know that.
you know,
That's pun. That's
Diddy
his
might
person.
send him
I'm
to go get cheesecake if you don't know the words.
Nah, I ain't never.
Sugar Hill Gang.
y'all both have shocked me with your musical choices. You with yours, what you know that Phil has like a reggae folder. Would you
That
look
guy.
at Phil and say he listens to reggae?
No, but that
See?
don't shock me.
That don't?
No.
That people have diverse musical
Yes.
tastes.
Yeah, I got a whole rock playlist, bro.
Rock and roll?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's
Yeah.
how old he is, though. I think he was mostly listening to Afro beats, but he just keeps calling it reggae.
Gotcha.
It's like reggae square, I guess.
You remember when like the Isley Brothers would drop new music and shit, right? You from that era, ain't you?
No. I don't. When the Isley Brothers dropped new music?
Yeah.
Here, let me.
You trying to say I'm from the era where they took forever to make like, you had to wait for an album, they had to press it.
70s, baby.
Wow.
I'm
I'm a 80s baby.
For those
Come
of
on.
y'all listening,
80s baby.
these two do this all day, and he's taking subtle shots at how old this motherfucker
That's
is.
all right. He can take shots. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to get there, bro.
Anyway, I was asking you about Harlem because you from Harlem. You've
Yeah.
lived Harlem whole life.
I've lived in New York my whole life. So
Okay.
I had growing up, it was between Harlem and the Bronx, right? So my grandma was in the was in Harlem, and my mom and my dad, we were in the Bronx.
Okay.
So every day I'd end up at my grandma's house. My mom worked during the day.
Facts.
Pops worked at no, I got it backwards. My mom worked at night. My dad worked during the day. So
always uptown, no matter what.
Always.
Because Harlem confused the hell out of me because you got your 5 boroughs, obviously, Bronx, Staten Island, Queens, Brooklyn. Manhattan. So I'm looking at the map when I first got out here.
Oh, you was looking for Harlem itself.
Yeah, I'm
map.
like, where Harlem is a borough? At? Then you figure out, it's just northern Manhattan, which, by the way, that's often disputed. Where does Harlem start?
97th Street to
97th? You giving them credit?
Yeah.
East side, west, or
East
all
side,
over?
all in general.
In general.
The way I was taught to look at it was that everything above 96th Street, that was the start of Harlem.
Okay.
And then even if you walk those areas now, you'll notice the projects usually stop at about 97.
And turn into some nice houses.
And it turned into like, the co-ops, condominiums, all the penthouses, all that type of shit.
I did always feel like it was a little, how do I say? I don't want to say racist, a little
Red
the
line.
fact that they that they call it Harlem.
Yeah.
Like, okay, where I'm from, it's a street called Concord in Indianapolis. That's where my grandmother lives. It's in a bad area called Hallville, right? But the second you go past 16th Street, it becomes Kessler Avenue.
Yeah.
And they did that purposely. So when someone gets shot, they don't got to say on Kessler Avenue. That happened on Concord.
Yeah.
Right,
So I feel like the same thing for Harlem.
The murder rate. Yeah.
There was 2 shootings last night, and they got tired of saying in Manhattan, dragging that property value down. So now they like, 2 shootings happened. Not in Manhattan, it was in Harlem.
Well,
and if it was on 98th Street, they dragged the body north.
Right.
into Harlem.
You don't got to worry about that now. If you get shot there, the property value won't go down. It's only going to increase regardless. So feel free to get shot wherever you like.
Yeah. Rent's the same everywhere.
Feel free.
It's wild, bro. And it's my bad. And it's getting worse. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it's always been like this. You get older, you start to see stuff more, so you think it's more violent. But I guess it's always been like this. But I've never seen like Harlem look like this before.
I've been up there 10 years, so I've been able to see the slow change. And like, where I was off Madison Avenue. And I started waking up and there'd just be white people sitting on the steps of my building Saturday morning. And I'm like, what are y'all even looking at? Yeah, just looking at black people?
We want to buy them.
The Apollo's 4 blocks that way, 4 avenues. Why you on my steps?
Hey, man.
So,
That's crazy.
Oh, I'll tell you the thing that let me know Harlem definitely changing. On 125th, they got the rock climbing place.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking,
rock climbing?
Who the indoor rock climbing?
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, who the fuck pay to climb?
Shit, they got outside rock smokers.
Just bring them inside, right?
He said rocks outside and rocks inside.
That's what it
Nico
is.
said, I'm glad they quit smoking them. Climb them, do anything but smoke them and sell them.
I'm actually with climbing the rocks, but I'm seeing more like, I don't know, because it sounds like you talking a progression that you seeing. I'm seeing a regression.
Well, no, I just know that ain't for us. I know my mama beat my ass. Boy, I'm going to pay for you to climb it free. You better go hit these trees.
There's a fence right there.
Fuck is you talking about? And that's my thing. If I climb, you owe me money.
Right.
Pay
You should be able to win a prize.
Climb. Yeah. And I got beef with indoor skydiving. All this is some really weird bullshit that y'all doing.
You literally in a tube and they put air on and you fly. And they hold
and it's a fan.
You around. It's a fan.
It's like, stop trying to do shit without taking risks, people.
Right,
trying to make it safe.
That shit is like non-alcoholic beer. That it's like, what the fuck is the point? If it's non-alcoholic, it ain't beer.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I got a problem with GTA, man. Fuck all that video game stuff. Go outside, pull somebody out their car, and rob them like a man.
They doing that.
The views reflected in that particular moment were those of Avery Mason and Avery Mason only.
That strike a motherfucker, huh? Avery like, nah, pull these niggas
I gotta make my money, son.
Well, we know how you keep it busy during the strike.
Sorry, don't do that. I gotta do what I gotta do. I got kids to feed.
You just told on yourself.
Sorry.
That's
all right.
fair.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. He just messing around.
But yeah, that indoor skydive, that shit pisses me off.
I ain't never heard nothing
You
like that.
get your ass in a plane and you jump the fuck out, or you don't.
Go
but
risk
you don't
your life.
do nothing in the middle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Indoor skydiving, indoor rock climbing. Where the spiders at in here? Where the tarantulas and shit you would encounter?
Where the birds?
There's no
falcons.
risk. Where the sun make it hot as hell
The
in
sunburn.
here.
Right. You need to pitch that idea to him,
I
man.
paid $50 to climb.
Bring in some heat lamp.
Think about y'all black mamas.
Yeah.
Y'all know how black mamas be. You got some rock climbing money?
Man, since you parked 2 blocks away, if
Go ahead, climb up there. Pull your dumb ass.
If I tried saying some shit like that, my mom, you know how they sit and just look at you like, so you mean to tell me that you want me to pay $50? Because you would do that shit. $50
to climb for 30 minutes.
for you to climb some rocks. It's
you.
rocks all outside.
Right.
Go climb.
What the fuck is we talking about?
Yeah, y'all making money off anything. I think they laundering money,
all
bro.
the money.
They laundering money.
Thank
all
you.
the money
I
Michael
agree.
Jackson had, even he climbed trees.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Remember South Park? Mr. Jefferson. He was up in the tree. I wanted to be a child for real. But you know, Michael started early with the music, so they say he
He was 5.
like
so
he might have had Arrested Development. I mean, if you 5 years old and grown ass women throwing their panties on stage,
yeah, shit. They was probably doing more than that, bro.
people was fainting too. That's the thing I think people don't get about Michael. That motherfucker was faint famous.
Well, and also like
grown men.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael! I wouldn't even want to be that famous.
That's how they reach out.
Imagine you look at somebody and they fall
seize
over.
out. Yeah, and you 5. Imagine that kind of power.
Is there
bro.
anybody now y'all think is famous?
No,
Anybody
nobody's
close?
famous.
I think some people are famous.
Ooh.
I think it's ruining.
Rihanna.
I think the internet is kind of ruining the mystique because you feel closer to people because it's here and there.
Nah,
you can
I'm sure people
FaceTime them. You can Instagram live them. So don't feel. But you think Rihanna might fall out?
I think Rihanna. I think Rihanna's famous. I think somebody like Chris Brown's famous. Or fate-inducing.
Well, we've been seeing some Usher moments, so Usher's close.
Usher's close to fate. That lady screamed her ass off.
Did you see the picture?
Yeah, he was like, "Can you please let go of my head?"
He was in hell. This woman had
let go.
It looked like in one picture, her best moment in life,
and his worst.
And his worst. He's like.
Damn.
And it's like, lady, get your hand off the man's face.
Stop singing to him then. Right. You don't want him to touch you, stop singing to him.
Are you victim blaming Nico? That's what it sounds like.
I guess so. I guess I am.
I think Usher's PR might have put that out there to let you know it ain't all good moments.
Right,
it ain't always
Keke Palmer
with the cheeks out.
She had that lady had a wedding ring on and that shit. Just squeezed on his face. I'm like, where's the man at?
You know the married man in the room. He said, she got a goddamn wedding ring on.
Take the ring off and do that. Don't want husband embarrassed. Hey, Joe, ain't that your wife hung up on Usher?
What is taking the ring off do? It ain't like it.
I'm not saying that don't make it any less your wife.
I'm just saying.
That's like when you take your socks off.
When's the last time she screamed about her husband? You know, I got my wife a very nice gift from John Starks, and she started crying and screaming at Christmas for like long, where people got uncomfortable. They were like, "Are you okay?" Like,
just John Starks.
She loves
the
John Starks.
Player.
She loves him. So I got her like I got him to do a video for her.
Oh, that's great, man.
Gave it to her, and she screamed and cried. She never done that for me. Like
he sounded like he was about to scream and cry. You heard it?
What about my feelings, man? Like, never.
Yo, bro, nigga, hands curled in like this, and he tapped his chest 3 times. She ain't never.
It was an extended like scream cry to yo. You need some water or something. Like,
so
okay,
you didn't know
like,
John Starks was famous.
No, I didn't.
I'm telling you, man. Y'all
so you said Rihanna. I think Beyonce's kind of up there in that stratosphere.
Pete is famous.
Yeah, homie, comedian Pete Davidson.
Davidson.
For those of you listening, he's a good friend of Nico's. Actually,
have you seen people actually faint?
I've seen people freak out.
Okay,
like you walk into a rest stop, go to the bathroom, and you get like the 2-3 people that notice.
You be on the road with Pete, so you get to see him in like obscure places. Yeah. In New York, we always try to kind of maintain our cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, just head nod. Okay, that's him. But in Carolina, they're not used to seeing those people.
This wasn't even as far south as Carolina. This is something like maybe Denver, maybe Connecticut. It was something like that.
Okay.
And we stopped at the gas station, go to use the bathroom and shit. The girl behind.
Oh shit!
Let out one of them screams.
Like she saw what she's been looking for.
Oh no!
Like forever in person.
That's great.
Fucking eyes lit up. She's like, wow! And I remember going, please don't scream.
Right. He's been there before.
Like, please don't
scream.
And she calmed down. They took their picture, but like to see that shit in people, like, bro, she could have took off to the fucking moon when she saw that dude.
I wish I was famous.
Yeah, I don't know if I want a motherfucker to faint when they see me.
Only happens to me is they just kind of snap when they see me. Ain't you what's that nigga? Yo, you that? Oh, nigga, I know you that.
You was on
man, what's his name again? Look, put your phone out. You on something, right? Empire, right? I'm like, no.
You better start telling them I'm the only man to die in both the Marvel and the DC universe.
The DC franchise,
that was me.
Yeah.
Wait.
Shot on the Punisher.
I died in DC.
You didn't die in DC?
Telling them that.
Okay, you didn't die in DC. That's what's up.
Oh, you lived in that role?
Yeah, for like 5 seconds before the commercial. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a lot.
Clap for him having a role that he lived through.
Yeah, if y'all know Avery, they know you by Avery, right?
Avery. Yeah.
If y'all know Avery, he acted a lot. He's been in a lot of things, and he ain't lived in nothing but this one thing.
That's
in
right.
The Punisher, he got
take away the one thing why he died.
Shot.
That's a trivia question. What was the only show that Avery Mason been on where he ain't died? And that's a hard question.
And y'all get free tickets to whatever show of your choosing for either of us if you get it right.
Facts.
But only the first person.
Let me ask you this, Nico, before I forget, man. How long have you been doing comedy?
Today is I don't know if the date mattered to y'all, but today's date is what? The 23rd?
Yeah, 23rd.
So 15 years.
Damn.
September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. 10 months and 8 days.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, did you, when you started, did you ever think you would get to this point? Did you ever think about what this would be like for you in this year?
Yes and no. When I started, I didn't know anything about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just started in school. A teacher was like, does anybody have a talent they want to share? She let me do 5 minutes, and I thought I had done stand-up, right? So she let me do it 3 times a week in the class and shit. So as far as I knew, every comedian that I seen on television, I thought they went to college for it. Right?
That's crazy.
So I started I ain't never want to go to college. So I was like, well, shoot, how do I find a school that, you do this in? I couldn't find it anywhere. And then my math teacher, same person that put me up the first time, she's like, she told me about open mic nights.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So then I started going down to those. It's all in 07. And, things just moved. Like thinking about what this year and all that stuff would look like started after I started.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So after I started this, I fell in love. You know what I mean? Like I picked it. As soon as I got that first laugh, I was like, oh yeah, I like this. This is what I'm.
Do you remember what the first joke was?
Yes, I was just about to ask him that.
I do.
Go ahead.
So school safety, I don't know how they think they can keep us safe, because it's not like they got any weapons. Like if I come in here with a real gun, what are they going to do? All they got is a notepad, a flashlight, and something else. If I come in with the gun and do the whole thing, coming in, what they going to do? Take the flashlight, be like, I got you. And that was the whole thing.
They do funny. Got you. Yeah, it's funny.
That was the first one. And it worked. You know what I'm saying? That my teacher was allergic to chalk. And her hands were like, her hands were blistered.
Yeah, I feel like that's almost a requirement back in the day.
But that was
being a teacher.
And you're allergic to chalk?
That's like a comedian, but being allergic to, I don't
jokes.
know. Oh, yeah, a microphone.
Yeah.
Right.
That is like, okay.
Can't touch it.
So she told us that the first day.
Oh.
And that was period. I think we had, shout out to Miss Kesry, wherever you are. Got much love for you, Miss Kesry.
Shout out to
and they don't even use chalk no more in school. So there you go.
What do they use?
Yes, damn near obsolete.
What do they call the students when they're talking?
Whiteboards. Then they use magic marker. Bro.
I said, what do they
That
use?
shit is anti-Freddy Krueger.
I remember that you used to throw chalk.
Yeah, take the whole board and throw it at the kids.
Anti-Freddy Krueger. I just remember in one of them movies.
Scratching the blackboard?
Yeah. One of them movies, that was how how he punished somebody. He came in and they was in class and he just
that shit make my teeth hurt.
Like, and he did it, and you know them movies was crazy because his head swollen and I think his head blew up.
Yeah,
but ever since then, I've been afraid low key of motherfucker coming and just
scratching the backboard.
How cool would it
be? It's
him
and Wolverine. Them two motherfuckers in any classroom.
How cool would it be to have them come like talk at your school though? Would you go like if they had a class assembly? And like Freddy Krueger or like Wolverine.
I wouldn't go.
No, what kind of scary shit is that?
What do you want?
Scared straight. Hey kids.
I wasn't a bad kid, bro. No, I don't need to be scared straight. I'm scared.
That's my worst nightmare.
You crazy? Wolverine, my favorite hero. I want to meet that nigga.
I love your work.
I know everything about Wolverine. To meet Wolverine is to get killed.
Is he famous?
Yes. Yes. If you meet Weapon next, you're probably gonna faint. At the very least.
Oh my God, it's him.
What you gonna say, Brad?
What was I gonna say? No, you was telling them how long you've been doing comedy.
Oh yeah.
What do you think the biggest difference, I guess, between now and then is, as far as how comedy's changed from then to now?
I'm gonna keep y'all here for a minute. I think it's a lot. So like, one of the things about like, first of all, the whole process is different now. Of like, I started at the end of the model and the beginning of what will become the new model. Right?
Okay.
So back when I started, a lot of the old construction was still around. Like, if you look at late night shows back then, I think we still had Leno. We still had Letterman. We still had, I think Craig Ferguson was the guy on the Late Late Show, right?
Got you.
So all those institutions were still very much institutions, right? And a lot of the comedians were kind of institutionalized. Like, you'd be taught, okay, you come in, you get your 5 minutes right, you try to do clean so you could do, you do your late night set. Then after your late night set, you do maybe a 30-minute half hour. Then you do the special, and we were taught to hold on to jokes until they were ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As opposed to now, one of the biggest flips is like, this is the first time comedians have had such a direct line to the people. With
direct to consumer marketing, meaning you can upload the reels and upload the YouTubes. Sometimes shit, you just came off stage. Upload.
Yep.
See, because even myself, I started in 2006, 19 years old. So one difference is you could smoke back then.
Yes,
I started in Indianapolis. You could smoke in the bars.
Yeah.
So I felt like an adult just being allowed sometimes in. And you know the struggle. He don't know nothing about this, but like being 19 and them having to let you in the back door.
Yes, I was just about to ask you. Like you were real young when you started. So how did
14.
how would you get your stage time? Because you ain't old enough to get in the club.
So, but I was always tall, right? So like, you gotta consider even at 14, I was what? Maybe 5'10", 5'11", right?
Wow.
So
kind of tall.
I did right. Now, if you looked at me, if you had any sense, you knew I was a baby. But most people weren't looking that hard. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to get no places in trouble, but like I remember I would go to spots and I would order drinks just because I knew that they sounded like drinks, right? And I didn't want to get questioned at the bar. I get a whole drink.
What did you wear? What were you wearing?
Nigga, this.
Nigga said, let me get a Hawaiian punch on the rocks.
Yo, with no bass in my voice. Nigga. There was this one lady, she worked at it's years ago. We can talk about it. Fuck statute of limitations. So it's Stand Up New York, right? Shout out to her. I think she a lawyer now. But she was, I go there, the drink that my family would have like at the house, like rum and coke, right?
Okay.
So, you just going to test the water and shit. So I'm at the bar. I'm like, I can't get rum and coke. She said, you sure can? I pay my little money for the mic. She pour that bitch. I skate off in the back. All right, now.
That's hilarious.
And I always ask for it in a different cup than the drink cup because I ain't want nobody else to know what was in my glass and nothing like that. But yeah, man, it was just a matter of, I would go in, mind my business. And that was like for the open mics, for the shows at like bars and stuff. There was times when I just started closing shows around this time. I think I was like 16. And they started letting me go up last on certain shows my friends had. Kate Wolf, Alex Carabano, God bless them, had a spot called Angels and Kings.
Two really good New York City comedians.
Yeah.
Carabano.
Shout out to
Kate
Alex
Wolf.
and that delicious vegetarian restaurant.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Shout out to the V-Spot.
V-Spot.
Yep. And St. Mark's Comedy
If
Club.
you ever in Brooklyn, V-Spot.
And if you ever in St. Mark's place, check out St. Mark's Comedy Club. But they had this spot called Angels and Kings. I can't be but like 16 going on 17. It's wintertime.
Mm.
I'm down there. My name's on the joint. I got my high school ID, right? And
not the high school ID.
High school ID. Yep. I can remember the numbers right now.
That's for ID. Whip out your high school. That's crazy.
Yeah, I have a state ID for a minute too.
Wow.
So now I get down there. It's cold outside. I'm like, hey man, I'm on the show. The fucking bouncer gonna look at me and tell me, oh well, you ain't old enough to get in. Yeah, but I'm on the show.
See, this ain't nowhere in his security guard training manual.
Nah.
Right, nowhere.
Nowhere in there doesn't say what
I was
to
a bouncer
do.
that never happened.
Nowhere.
Yeah, see, because if he worked at a strip club or something, it'd just be like, no, you can't be on these shows.
Yeah.
I'm calling CPS. But with comedy, people kind of will, okay.
And I'm not lying
Let
to
me
you.
see the flyer. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's you. You're in a desk where you should be.
Yep.
Probably doing homework.
So it literally. So it's like, can I come in? He went to go grab Kate and Alex. And he's like, all right, look, young man. Yeah, that shit used to piss me off too. Look, young man, you can come in when it's time for you to go on. And then when you're done, you gotta come right back out.
Yep.
So that's how I was able to like measure my sets. Cause I learned young that like you can measure your set by your treatment afterwards, right? So I go up, I have my set, you can see the little security guy watching me. And then after the fact, I go leave right after, you go, you good. I'm back inside.
That's how you know how well you do.
Yeah, we're right.
You do bad. They get your little bitty ass.
Get the fuck out. Get your lanky ass
Don't
out.
come back. We ain't never invited here again.
Oh, that's funny. So tell us, I guess, I mean, you've had so many experiences, dope in comedy. I've known you doing JFL. Walk us through maybe doing JFL and doing Netflix Pete Davidson Presents.
Bet. I'll take you through everything from that time to that time. So we're talking 2016 through 2022. So now that's a special time for me, right? Because 2016 was around the time where I started to feel like I started to get the notice from the other side of the industry, right?
Okay.
Of like, you know, doing stand-up and everything. Everybody that knew, but the people on the industry side seem to not have any intel on me, right? So 2016 early, I had 3 things back to back that were important. So I did the Apollo, I won the Caroline's March Madness competition, and then I auditioned for JFL, right? So now that whole thing, each of those joints made something else happen, right? So the Apollo thing, I'm from Harlem. You know what I'm saying? That guy, just to have my name on that marquee, like there's only 3 things that I've done that make me like tear up. You know what I'm saying? My grandma had just passed not too long, before that. So to be able to walk past the Apollo, and it was a surprise to me, and see my own name, crazy.
Yeah, I did some shit, really disgusting shit when I had my name up there.
Yeah.
Like walked a girl up there and turned the corner. Yeah. Oh, look at that,
bro! That's not
as you should. Let her see that.
I had no idea that was up there,
bro. That was your Ferrari. That was your Porsche. You gotta come out there and rev the engine. Yes.
I sent the picture to a couple girls. Like, yo,
shouts out to Bob.
Oh, did you see this? I was just walking
around.
By the way, Bob Sumner, who was one of the legendary producers or the talent scout for Def Comedy Jam back in the day. And Bob produces the shows now at the Apollo.
And I think more people should like consult with Bob if they're going into that line.
He's got a good eye for talent and young black talent.
100%.
That needs to be given a chance. So yeah, thanks, Bob.
Big shout out to Bob Sumner. For real, OG.
This man.
So now, after that, the March Madness competition is what got me my first looks at certain places. Like, it's what got me my meetings over at Comedy Central. It's what got me my meetings at the Viacom conference, right?
Yeah, March Madness.
So
how many motherfuckers is in that competition? 64.
So you beat
how good it feel to beat 64 people?
60.
Great.
And I mean, you don't, for those of you listening, it's what, 6 rounds, 7 rounds?
About that. Because you cut it in half every time, right?
Yeah.
So 64 and then 32.
So in your bracket, you beat maybe 30-something people, but you beat about 8.
4, and 2.
For
So,
those
yeah,
of you listening, it's a head-to-head competition. So, you know, a lot of nights with comedy, a lot of bad comedians like to walk off and go, art's subjective, you know.
Yeah.
But with March Madness, it was great because you got to see head-to-head, pause.
Yeah.
Do that for Harlem.
Harlem, yeah. I was about to say. It'll make him uncomfortable.
I'm doing comedy too long, nigga. I be turning the pause censor off. You know what I mean?
Good.
But I mean, if we take it, you know what I mean? If we doing that.
So yeah, it was one of them where you got to say, comedy ain't subjective tonight, you lost.
Hey.
And I mean, this dude got me in the competition the next year. And I got runner-up, you know.
Runner-up. Phil almost took that shit, man.
He almost took it.
But yeah, Neko won that.
I never got to do it. I always wanted to do it, but
I hope they bring it back. I hope they find a way, because Caroline's isn't here no more. I really hope they find a way to bring it back.
Institution.
It was great it was always great for the scene. It really did excite people. And it actually did matter.
It did.
Because like I'm telling you, I got my first meeting from the guy that helped me get my first manager.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like all that shit was connected.
So when you did JFL, were you on the rep side or unrep?
So, all right. So it's a funny story about that. When I did JFL, and this is when, like, me and Phil were already solid, but this is when Phil became like an actual friend.
Sorry, JFL stands for Montreal Just for Laugh Festival.
Just for Laugh Festival.
Comedy talk. JFL means Just for Laugh. It's a big festival in Canada.
Yep.
Big time. Go ahead, sorry.
If you ever get a chance to check it out, whoever you are. And so now, boom, right? I've been doing comedy 8 years at the time.
Yeah.
And I had never auditioned for the festival, ever. And I remember there's one time I went to Stand Up New York. Jordan Rock, shout out to Jordan Rock. He's another comedian, friend of mine. And we had Stand Up New York, and it was an audition happening for the festival. I think it was this might be 2000, somewhere between 2011 and 2013, somewhere between that time. And I just showed up. They just happened to do an audition. Jordan was like, you auditioning? I was like, nah. He's like, nigga, that's crazy. You not auditioning. And like, you know, somebody, he didn't mean any harm, like, towards me.
Just...
But when he said it, I took that in and was like, damn, I damn sure ain't. So fuck, I got sad. I left, right? So now, cut to 2016, New York Comedy Club had just changed ownership the year before, right? And I guess Emilio reached out to them, was like, yo, y'all should have a showcase here, right? And I believe the people thought that the person that, because he was like, yo, y'all should have you seen Neko White? If not, you should see him. And I think they believed that he was my manager at the time, right? And he wasn't. But it's what got me seen.
That's crazy.
So I got seen on a rep showcase, even though I was an unrepped talent.
For those of you listening, JFL New Faces is like XXL freshman cover. Think about the McDonald's high school game. That kind of thing. For comedy.
Can
your first industry look.
Can you tell the people, if you want to, who Emilio is? Because some of them
That's the owner of New York Comedy Club. Emilio Savone, shout out.
Yeah, one of the best owners, and New York Comedy Club. If you guys are ever
in the city, look around.
Check out New York Comedy Club. I'm on some lineups. These guys are on some lineups.
I just go there and sit at the bar because I'm not on any lineups there yet. But soon.
Coming soon.
Just come hang out.
But I say that to say, like, even my history there, that whole thing is special. Like, I shot my first special at New York Comedy Club.
What's the name of your first special?
Introducing Me. If you ever get a chance, I fight for that one. That's my one where I go. If you ever want to see what style
your baby.
Is, joke.
You know, Jay-Z, when Dame and him split, he told him, I just want the masters for reasonable doubt.
Baby. It's my classic, man.
He wouldn't give it to him. So
what?
I think he had to like buy it. It was Jay did a lot just to get that back.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
I'd have done whatever you took.
Yeah, I'd fight.
And I may be telling the story a little wrong because I don't know if it was necessarily conflict with Dame, but Jay went a long way
to get
the masters back, which you know that's always important to Baby. But so I'm
in a different position. If you want to come by the masters, come holler at me.
Hilarious. This is willingly selling himself. Selling the
product.
But so from Introducing Me
happened a year before, and then we get to he speaks to whoever he speaks to. They agree to have me on the showcase. So now it doesn't even occur to me that I'm doing a showcase with people that have representation. I just know that when I go in, I'm seeing industry people that I know I recognize. I'm like, this is a manager from this company. This is a manager from that company. This is a manager from somewhere else. Shit, the hell are y'all doing here? Oh, well. So I'm nervous because it's like, I got 3 shows this night. Yeah. Right. After I'm done here, I got to go to Comic Strip. Now I got to host at 10:30 at Stand Up New York. Right. So I go do the set, and no matter what kind of job you have, you know how when you go into work that day and you like, you know, you nervous about how the work gonna go, but it go good, but like real good. The kind of good where you go, damn, I'm working like this today? Okay. All right. Pat yourself on the back a little bit, right? It was one of those sets. So now I leave, I go to Comic Strip. Emilio calls me and he goes, one of the guys that worked for JFL at the time, his name was Jeff. He's like, yo, Jeff Singer wants to talk to you. I said, that's cool. I would love to talk to him, but shoot, I'm not down in New York Comedy Club. I'm all the way at the other side of town. I'm up east side by now, right?
Yeah, Nico used to walk everywhere too.
So, but nah. I walk everywhere now more than then. But shit, he was driving.
Okay.
Right? So I met up with Phil. We going over to Stand Up New York. So we going cross town, right? So we going from 81st to 79th. We get to Stand Up New York, and I remember I was in the car with you, and I'm like, damn it, man. Fucking Jeff wanted to talk to me, and I can't even get down there. I got to go host this fucking show, right? We get to Stand Up New York. Sure enough, by the grace of God, it's the first time I ever thank God for a show being canceled. The show was canceled. This motherfucker helped me get down. They ran lights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We got down to New York Comedy Club. I fucking missed Jeff. He left. So I'm like, well, that was good. Shit, we'll see what happens, right? Motherfucker forgot something at the club. I'm standing at the front door. He just so happens to walk back. Yep. He asked me, he goes, so, you know, who's your representation? I'm like, I don't have any. He's like, what? What do you mean?
Mad.
What do you mean? Well, remember, he just saw me on a rep showcase.
Yeah, okay.
So he's like, you don't have anybody? I said, no, sir.
It's a glitch in the matrix.
He's like, right. He's like,
some of the most talented comedians, for those of you listening, don't have representation. Especially in this New York City.
No manager, no agent.
Man, I wish I knew who to write a letter to like, you know, ask for that to be a thing.
Right.
For them to actually see. Because when I just leaving that situation, right? When I look back, if it wasn't for that happy mistake, they would have they might have never saw me.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And it's like, there's so many people out here that's talented that I wish to God that they would do a live showcase for the unrepped.
Yeah, a lot of the managers and agents, you know, the real talent often slips through the cracks. And I mean, we all know in this industry, especially in comedy, stand-up comedy, we get most things through our friends. So tell us about your experience doing Netflix Pete Davidson Presents.
So that was one of those things that came as a surprise. So we were doing, speaking of your friends recommending you for shit. So right before I got the call for that, it's 2019. We were doing a show for Complex called Group Therapy. Shout out to Matt Richards, right? Matt, who I've known since like 2011, he had put in a word for me for that joint, right? As I'm doing that, I'm going to Staples because I need to scan like some paper to send this invoice, right? So now you going to send an invoice like, I need this paper, right? So I'm sitting in Staples, I'm filling out what I'm filling out, getting ready to scan it. Pete calls me. He goes, Netflix is giving me a chance to present 5 comedians that I love, and I wanted to see if you wanted to do it. Now, you know,
did you scream?
Did he faint?
Not on
what? Phone. He said, "Don't scream, bro.
Not
don't faint."
That's funny. Not on the phone. It's one of those things like, you know, you try to keep it cool, right? So it's like.
Would I like
you wanted to
would you like to be on Netflix?
Yo.
He wanted to scream like Usher touched his face. That's what he wanted to do.
I'll tell you what I did.
Crazy.
So it was like when he said it, it took me a minute because it's like, first of all, yes, but also like you don't know how to say like thanks the way you want to say thanks in that moment. You feel me? So I'm like, I was stuck for a second. I'm like, yeah, nigga, the fuck you mean?
Like, would I like?
Let's go, right?
Yeah.
So he says, all right, bet. Send whatever information and they'll get back. All right, cool. So now I walk out Staples and I start laughing. I mean, dying laughing. I'm happy as a motherfucker. I start laughing. The people around me probably thought I was crazy as shit walking around. But that was one of the, it's one of the coolest calls. I've known homie for what? Again, we all met doing the Little Rascals of Comedy in 2011. So
okay,
I know that feeling, man. Like when I got power, bro, like I wasn't expecting it, and then like I ran outside the house and I jogged around the block for like 10 minutes, and my wife beat it in shorts.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
flip flopped. I was just like
there
running.
Was nothing you could have done that day.
It's coming from two guys on Netflix. I don't know that feeling.
You'll get there.
You'll get there, bro. All. Don't worry, man. You'll be naked running around Harlem. Trust me.
I'll play it.
But it's one of those things, though. It's like, unless something would have happened to my mom that day, there would have been no way for you to fuck up my energy.
Nah,
there was no way for you to fuck up my energy.
And you guys recorded in L.A.?
Yeah, we recorded in L.A., but like...
The pandemic delayed.
Right at the end of the pandemic.
But don't
towards the end.
Don't worry, I'm getting to that, because it's the best feeling about...
Wolf, where we at on time?
We good?
How long where we at on time? Oh, my
45 minutes.
45.
Oh, so we got
15 more.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. So it's one of those things where it's
we gotta keep it quick, though.
I got you.
Sorry.
No, don't be.
We just
it's
short on time.
Got you. It was one of those things where it was dope because the feeling of I didn't need to go through X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? This is something that
agents, managers, and
no network
executives, and they're reading your set and telling you, oh, you got to take that out, change this.
Whatever the case may be, it happened organically. You know what
and that's the best way for things to happen.
I was happiest about that. Then the pandemic happened. That shit was a part of a whole like mental revolution for me during 2020 because the pandemic hit 21 days before we were supposed to record. And it's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like literally of all things, the world ended when I'm about to record some shit.
Yeah, that's a crazy one to have to hold and be stuck in the house with. I'm supposed to be on Netflix. People don't even believe you. Yeah, sure, man. I was about to be the president, actually, and the pandemic
hit. COVID just messed up my opportunity.
You know me, bro. I could give a fuck about what they think.
Nah, that's a fact.
I'm more worried about, like, because I know, you know what you do on stage. I know the material that I got, and I know what I'm trying to get to the people, and I know what the check look like. So it's like all of those things.
Ooh, got to see all of that. Just paused.
Of like, well, not even just pause. You don't even know if it's coming back.
Well, yeah, you're not sure at the time.
So then when you cut to 2022, we get back to it, and we got back to it was weird. That day, August 20-something, whatever that day is, that's what? Like 14 years to the day of the first open mic I ever did.
That's dope.
14 years today, and I was 14 when I started.
That's crazy.
Full circle.
14, 14, and 14.
You know what I mean? So, and I started on the 14th.
There you go.
So
it's meant to be.
That whole thing was fire, and do it with the people we did it with. Dope. And yeah, fam. If you like,
and you guys
how can they follow
Netflix.
you if they like you?
Oh, if you like me, you can check me out on everything at Neko White 93. Neko White 93. I have 3 things available. My first special, Neko White Introducing Me. That's on YouTube. I have an album out called Marcellus. Marcellus. That's on Spotify, wherever you could buy anything audio. I got another special that's called Dark Out. You should definitely go watch Dark Out. Dark Out is a joint I put out in 2020 in the meantime. And in my opinion, it's one of the best things I've ever been a part of. So if you want to watch something different, Dark Out's the way to go. And outside of that, come see me live.
What's your social media, though?
At Neko White 93. Neko White
follow
93
the man
on everything.
Also, make sure to follow the podcast at IDK Tho Pod. We got a YouTube channel now where this is going to be on soon. We put new episodes out on Wednesdays now, right? No more Tuesdays. Wednesdays, so we give you another day to get ready, to catch up. And on Spotify and wherever you get your podcast at I Don't Know Tho Pod. Go ahead,
Let's do a quick run of some topics right quick.
Let's do that.
We got about 10 left.
Yeah.
Quick run of some topics. We can start with Jamie Foxx. clone,
Oh,
or
God.
that's the real Jamie?
I
What
don't.
we doing?
I never believed the clone shit, and black people, we got to get off that shit. Stop believing everything you see
I
on the
will say
fucking
this shit is
internet,
highly
boy.
entertaining, bro.
Nah, it ain't. It's that R word you can't say anymore. That shit ain't entertaining. Something is wrong with you, motherfuckers.
Because you
If it
do
ain't-
go, why?
Bro.
And like you said, black people that you go,
Yo.
you know, Malcolm X said years ago that, you know, black people, entertainers are not leaders.
Yeah.
So if you think about like the fact that, you
Shit
know,
is
when you watch
disappointing,
like
bro.
a mainstream movie or what we would call a white movie, they clone the president,
Yeah.
the mayor, the governor. So for black people to always be like, oh, you know, Gucci Man, that's a clone.
Right.
And it's like, who the fuck would waste a clone on Gucci
On
Man?
Gucci
On
Man.
Gucci.
Come on,
Then when
bro.
Kanye put the MAGA hat on, people like, that's a clone.
No, that's Kanye.
That's him. Stop giving him
Oh,
an
yeah.
excuse.
And that's the thing. It's like,
Stupid
okay, if
motherfucker.
someone does something that you feel like is out of character, then maybe you go, oh, that ain't the real him. Like, for a lot of people, they thought Kanye, when he put the MAGA hat on, that's out of character. That's a clone.
Yeah.
But with Jamie Foxx, you go, what has he done that's been out of character?
Right. Why would Jamie fake a health incident? To
Right,
be
a
cloned?
health incident.
You sound
People like,
stupid.
he looks different.
Y'all believe
He's
anything on
supposed
Twitter.
to. He wasn't
When
feeling
when
well.
you have a
don't-
health complication,
He lost some weight.
that's
so
what
it's
happens.
normal.
Yo.
That's what they said about
people
Magic.
like, nah, they done got him.
Y'all gotta stop with that dumb shit.
Although,
Get off the internet.
I'll say, I put my tinfoil kufi on,
Uh-huh.
and I do go, Praz was a spy, a Chinese spy.
Sure.
They do have use for certain people that you just never expect.
They
Praz
do.
was a Chinese spy. So you go, I don't know. Jamie, do Wanda real quick. Because you like, yo, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Shit, I never would have thought Praz was a spy.
True. I mean, I just saw the video he put out. He looks like he's out the
So
hospital.
they said
shout out.
Kanye's
Thank
been
God,
cloned.
thank God.
They said Jamie Foxx been cloned. So I'm like, protect Twister. Like, are
Hilarious.
they cloning everybody that did slow jams?
Right.
Taking it off one by one. Got you. That's fair.
I was like, hey, ask Twister to rap real fast right quick. That ain't him.
Man,
I always love the little ways that black people do it, though.
Yeah.
Like, for 3 months, people was like, Jamie, if that's you, if you okay, give us a sign, please. And he came out and waved, and black people went,
Nah.
he don't wave like that.
But this the other shit with us, like, yo, mind your business. The amount of people that I keep seeing, like, yo, well, what happened to Jamie Foxx? Mind your fucking business, you nosy motherfucker.
But you know how it is. People see them and they get close to them. They figure like that's
But
my
you
cousin.
not
That's
close to
my
them.
homie.
People
People always
watch-
gonna tell you why their grandma died, and
that's
you want to
the
know why
thing, it's
Jamie
like,
was in the hospital.
You've
Get a
never
life.
met this man.
Ah.
So how you... He don't wave like that. Then when they said he playing pickleball, everybody black went, we don't play no damn pickleball. That ain't
I
Jamie.
thought Rick Ross said he played pickleball. He said somebody's
Oh, that
wife
was
was coming
wild.
down
I
there
that
to
was
be
wild.
the pickleball.
Picture him playing with no food. But
Well,
Rick Ross shouldn't have been on that diving board, though. We all know
that
that.
was
ass.
the funniest
Yeah.
shit I ever seen.
Did y'all see his knees
Knees blew
imploded?
out.
That like that his submarine just went in and he just collapsed
his
into the
knees
water.
said, nah, big fella.
We quit.
Loaded like a submarine. You ain't
Let
shit.
me ask y'all a question, man. Speaking about goofy things, y'all hear about this American soldier that ran into North Korea? Like he was on station in Korea and he did something over there and they was gonna ship him back to the States and like trial him. So for whatever reason, he got to the gate where North Korea is with South Korea and ran into North Korea to get away. Yeah.
That's not where you want to go.
Yeah, he got away. The crazy thing is, I read the article on because they was like he defected to North Korea, and I'm like, well, who runs to North Korea to take a shit? And it was. I thought
it said defecate.
Defecate. Yeah, I read it wrong.
Are you sure he ran into North Korea, or did he see a baby on the side of the road going into North Korea and he followed the baby?
We gotta wait. No, we gotta wait for that to finish.
We can do it right now. So let's talk about Carlee Russell real quick.
I don't know.
Did you believe the story?
I don't know who that is, bro.
That's the Lion Girl.
No.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. Y'all, you gotta understand. I live in my own world.
Okay,
you could have told me that was Countess Vaughn for all the fuck I knew.
So,
I didn't know who that was.
This black girl went missing, and her story kind of went viral on social media because she was supposed to come home from work, and she was driving. She saw a little baby went to go get the baby,
It's a
called the
Chappelle's
cops.
joke.
Yeah.
They queued up the Kevin Hart clip, and you go, literally, he's lying, doing a joke about when you're late and how you lie, and he goes, there was a baby on the side of the road, so I seen the baby, and it's the Deirdre joke.
But the funny is when the cops talked about what she told him, she was like, yeah, it was an orange head dude that came and grabbed me and fed me cheese crackers.
Oh, she Jussie Smollett.
There you go.
Yeah. But this is my thing about lying to the cops, that you go, this dude is a trained actor and a good one. And he couldn't get away with lying. And you think your untrained ass.
No, but
it's great because they interviewed her parents a couple days after.
Oh, no.
And the parents, the person asked them like a very direct, a yes or no question.
Yeah.
And the mom shook her head and did this. And the dad shook his head while she was doing this.
Oh,
and it's
that's
like,
her parents.
She's lying.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, she struggled mentally and physically. And you got these people that'll keep saying like, oh, how come the media isn't reporting this? The media isn't reporting this. And it's like, because y'all don't have details.
Right.
And this is why we don't sometimes, or the media doesn't sometimes report this stuff because it doesn't sound correct. You got everybody watching fucking, Ted Bundy and what's the other one? Jeffrey Dahmer and watching all this shit.
Yeah.
Citizens Act.
Yeah.
Y'all are damn near paranoid. Then you wonder why you come on the internet and believe some shit that's crazy as I saw a baby on the highway and I went towards it.
It's gonna make it harder for like women in the future who report it because they had the Secret Service like check out her phone to like find out where she was if they could track the truck.
Yeah.
Secret Service went and ripped her phone out and found out that she did 3 searches.
It was Secret Service.
That's what the chief of police said.
Department just picked their phone up and went Google. Because she's that silly.
She looked up the movie Taken. She looked up one-way bus trips to Birmingham bus station and
how to steal money out of register.
It was does it cost money for Amber Alert? And everyone was like, "What? What are you?"
Is this a famous person?
No.
But that's how dumb social media is.
Oh shit! The way they was, the way they was like parading her picture around,
it just went viral.
Nah, she's But that's why, like I said, sometimes the regular media has to go. That doesn't sound.
You know what else I hate
Y'all
though?
sort
Was like,
that out.
It gets me when people do this. Like, so all of this comes out about her, and the first people to speak up is her job, talking about, you know what? She's fired because we don't need that kind of attention.
None of your
That's none of your business. What do you care?
Mind your business.
Well, she stole money out the register. She been fired. Yeah.
Oh, that's different.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, she did Google that too. She did Google that, how to get away with it.
Somewhere Googling lawyers and orange is the new black.
It's coming.
It's coming. Prison. Which that's the thing I say, and I guess in closing is that I feel like we pushing 2 different narratives that in one hand, we very much are saying, nobody is okay. Mental health, check on your friends. And then in the same hand, on the other hand, we like believe everybody.
Can't believe
that it's
everybody.
Like you can't say, like I remember Keke Palmer came to Breakfast Club, literally promoting mental health. Left hand, she's got a book that's like, I am not okay. Right hand, she like, I went to Trey Songz video shooting. He just was sexually aggressive, blah, blah, blah. He did this, he did that. And everybody responded. I'm like, yo, she just said she's not well. Mm-hmm. And of course, Trey Songz was sexually aggressive. Like, is there another speed?
You mean the man that sung Neighbors Know My Name?
The man that's
still your girl?
Half naked on every album cover? Yeah. Like, so, and then once you see her...
That's like complaining. Yeah, I went and bought some Pillsbury biscuits. You know the Pillsbury Doughboy is in all white? Bullshit.
I went to the zoo and the bear growled at me. Can you fucking believe that? Fucking bear growled at me. So it's funny because you got, like I said, she's with Usher, and I know Trey Songz had to see the shit go, hey!
Right, but I was aggressive.
But you damn near twerking on Usher.
That's funny.
Y'all need to mind y'all business, man.
I think so, man.
And stop listening to everything.
And quit, like we said, watching all them goddamn murder documentaries and then wonder why you got on the internet and looked at something that says somebody followed a baby, which
It just didn't make sense.
Back to the old comic view jokes.
Left her car.
Back
on
to
the highway.
Cell phone and wig. What black woman you don't gonna leave her wig on the side of the road? How much money these wigs cost?
It's
not
the
her
best,
yaki.
but was found at a Red Roof Inn, which that's the best advertisement
was.
for Red Roof. There was no baby.
There was no baby.
Not even in the lie. She didn't bring the baby to Red Roof.
At least Jussie employed Nigerians, which we know they need money. They always in our inbox scamming. She could have at least employed some Nigerians on her way.
He fucked up in Nigeria. Hell
but
no.
But then this the thing too. It's like I said, the old easy joke is, black people see danger and run the other way. Yeah. White people in a horror movie see, who's screaming? What was that noise? And they go towards it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you go, ain't no damn black girl seen a baby on the side of the highway the darkness, followed it into the woods.
If I see a baby on the highway and it's walking undisturbed, I'm driving as fast as I can away from that little motherfucker.
Then
I hope somebody finds you. Yeah, I ain't saying me.
Fucking Twitter SVU. They had like the
SVU is funny.
They had like the police
TikTok CSI.
The footage from the highway, and people are like, I see somebody snatching her. And it's like, no, nothing. You just watched 4 episodes of Dahmer, and now you think.
It's like them idiots when that video came out. He's on the plane. He's not real. That guy back there.
Oh my God.
Hilarious. Real. And that's what I'm saying about this mental health stuff. There's some people you just gotta laugh at. We all just laughed at that woman. Yeah. Nobody said there must have been somebody on the plane. No, nobody said any of that. We all just
y'all gotta stop subscribing and reacting.
And then here's my thing: it's like if your thing is missing people, there's somebody missing near you. Yeah. That you could be helping look for, and you could verify that they're a real person who's actually in trouble because there's people in your neighborhood that go, I used to know him. I don't know where he or she went. Yeah. Whereas with this, you go, if you live in Seattle, why are you so concerned with somebody who live in Alabama and the credibility of somebody in Alabama who you've never met, but hey, y'all need to be looking for this person. It's like your cousin went missing and you ain't found him, but you meddling down in Birmingham, Alabama. Right, which is already funny that it's like going in the woods in Birmingham.
With a baby that you seen on the highway.
And an orange-haired man just snatched you up and fed you cheese crackers.
And y'all believe that.
She came home walking barefoot.
At home, at your house, your residence.
Yeah. But typically when people go missing or when someone lies, like we had the little girl who lied in the Bronx about being missing, remember? Faked her own kidnapper. Mm-hmm. Her mom was about to move back to Honduras. And she was 16, I had a boyfriend. Felt like I'm grown, I should get to stay. Mm-hmm. But she was 16. Yeah. So that, and people went back to Tawana Brawley, which is like some years ago shit before I'm even born.
Yeah. I don't know.
She was 15. This girl was 25. So it's like,
you could have just not went.
Yeah, you could have just told your parent, I'm hanging out at the Red Roof Inn and I'm going to smoke a blunt with the homies.
I'm interested to see what the full truth is. Like, I wanted to run away with my boyfriend. They didn't like him. So what is
Well, like I said, you grown.
Hey, to whoever you are, I don't give a fuck about your real truth. Then you go forward and whatever happened to you happened to you. I hope you write a book.
I think they gotta turn the dial down on some of this Lifetime movies. Because overwhelmingly, I'll say most women were like, "Oh, we got to find her. We got to send a search party." Which did none of y'all get up off y'all ass and actually go look for?
I don't go
just retweet a picture. That's what most people do.
Stuff.
The same way that when Matt Richards lost his dog, that's the same kind of help that she got. They were just reposting. Well, they did find Matt's dog, but they didn't find this girl.
But
that's different because
Matt's
dogs don't
was
lie.
Actually lost.
I don't know though.
Dogs don't chase a baby in the woods.
Bitch was lying.
With your Slumdog Millionaire ass trick. I think we about out of time though. Let's go ahead and wrap up. We out of time, Wolf.
I think we a little over.
Right, we might run one more topic. One of y'all throw one down if y'all got
I was going to bring up, we brought this up early in text, Jason Aldean song.
Small Town.
Small Town. Now, for those of you who don't know Jason Aldean country, I didn't know who Jason Aldean was. I had to look him up. Yeah. He got a country song out talking about small town. And people upset because they feel like lyrics are kind of racist. But I did some research, Phil. It's something I don't do a lot of, and I found that his song, all it is a white version of Mobb Deep Shook Ones. Okay, if you listen to the lyrics, he's look, bring that to our town. We got guns. We handle things our way, and that's what Mobb Deep said in Shook Ones.
Pretty much.
I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous. You heard of us, official Queensbridge murderers. Jason Aldean said that in his country way. That's all.
Something like that.
First of all, let's not lie to the people.
I'm not lying.
What's the man's name?
Jason Aldean.
That it put out a rap song. You can't call that a country song. That's rap music.
Something like that.
That was his. That was his.
But that's one thing I want people to realize: country and rap are the same art form.
Same thing.
Like Pastor Troy, the song is "No More Playing GA."
Yeah.
This is Holy Bibles, assault rifles.
Yeah,
it's the same song.
It's exhaust pipe music. It was what I
Country
call it.
hicks like big tires, and we like big rims.
Big rims.
We are the same people.
So
it was weird to me. The song I thought was fine.
Yeah.
But then when you watch the video, that video was what people found.
The video.
Yeah, I didn't see the video. I just looked at the lyrics.
Because all his enemies were, BLM supporters.
And we don't give a fuck about you or your bitch ass small town, man.
So now here's the...
Think we come to your small town to start trouble and push old women over?
I thought that was August Alsina, bro. I don't know
Oh,
who
hell
that is.
But they did come to his small town. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
He was the motherfucker that was on stage when they shot the country music concert up.
Oh. Well, y'all should have had guns then.
Right. Ran and hid behind his security.
Not you with the gun.
Stephen Paddock, the guy that shot it up, he broke the record for mass shootings.
Oh, in the small town?
While you was on stage. So then you watch the video and go, so how's your enemy BLM? You're worried about the wrong people.
Yeah, man.
That it look like your enemy look just like you.
You need to be showing footage of people in the hockey games or some shit like that.
Oh my God, the hockey games? Oh wow.
It's like one thing Malcolm did say that, and the smartest thing I think Malcolm X said was that at the least you should know who your enemy is. So when you watch the video, you go, BLM's your enemy?
Yeah.
But this dude broke the record for mass shootings.
And that's not
you done made this these colors don't run ass song. These colors clearly run and hide underneath the stage.
Your punk ass.
And I mean, we're not making fun of the mass shooting.
No,
we making fun of the nerve of him to come back and go, try that.
Try that in a small town. Meanwhile, you should have showed your video where they tried it in your small town.
It really feels like coded language too, that you go, what big cities are diverse. So you, in this video, are making fun of 7% of the population?
And you a double bitch because, first of all, everybody that you talking about, none of them are going to your small town. It's clan virtue signaling almost. So if you're going to be in the clan, just be in the clan,
And that's the thing. I thought the song was fine. I actually enjoyed the song somewhat. But the video, you go, hold up, why are you in Ferguson now?
and I don't think you dumb enough to not know what you're doing.
Everybody's he knows what he's doing.
Everybody's off for clicks now. So either just come out and say you're doing it for the clicks, or put on your hood, man.
Man made a stand your ground anthem, but this is my thing.
George Zimmerman wrote that shit.
Oh, God.
George Zimmerman on the remix.
But that's your ass.
He's coming.
The views reflected are those from that couch.
Oh, man. Fuck
anyway.
That. Not in a small town.
But he did make a stand your
Try that in a small town.
Yeah. Shit is catchy. I've been saying it all week. Somebody cut me off in traffic. I said, try that in my small town.
Uh-huh.
I live in the biggest city in the world. Well, and that shit is catchy.
Mr. Whoever you are, I hope they don't try it again in your small town. And if they try again in your small town, I hope you fight back so they don't get another shooting record while you on stage in your small town.
Stand your ground anthem. But I feel like the rappers should respond.
I think so too.
They should.
I'm like, Boosie, where you at? We got a country music. He always like beefing with country guys.
Yeah,
he always beefing with
Boosie. We need you. Boosie, we need you on the beat, man. We need you
to make a sharp left on Old Town Road and pull up in the small town.
Pusha T. I need you, since you don't got time to respond to Jim
Drake
Jones.
alone.
I need you to
we always beefing with each other. I'm like, yo, get at this Jason Aldean motherfucker.
I just want to say, I don't think it's that bad to live in Jason Aldean town based on these lyrics. It don't seem like it's that bad. The worst thing that happened, according to this song, is he sucker punched somebody on the side sidewalk, carjack the old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. That's not that bad. I live in a town like that.
These are
Sounds
bad
safe.
things, but it's like I listen to rap, so I can't be like, this is horrible. It's when you watch the video that you like, wait, why everybody, all your enemies, and when we add on that you was on stage during the largest mass shooting in the history of America, and now you crawled out from underneath the stage, shaking. Try that in my small town.
Yeah.
Shut your bitch ass up. It has been tried.
They done tried, succeeded, and everything. And you was on stage. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
God. Hey, so look, we kind of done come to the end of our run. Shout out to our producer Wolf for hanging with us. Let us rock out a little bit more. This is I Don't Know Though. My name is Avery Mason. That's Phil Hunt. Let's thank our guest, Mr. Neko White, for pulling up.
Neko White. Pleasure's been mine, y'all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Check out everything he's on. He's legitimately funny, and I see amazing big things for you once we come back from this strike.
Appreciate you, man.
Till that happens, can I crash on one of y'all couches?
Yeah, I need
some
man.
money. Y'all
I
need some help.
You gotta keep your goddamn socks
start a
on.
GoFundMe.
Crashing on my couch in my small town.
I'm gonna show my cash app at the end of this video. We need money.
Town.
Support the actors, support the
I
writers,
bet you that
man.
notebook had 13 stars on it.
We see y'all next week, all right? Wednesday. I Don't Know Though.
That
Bitch
shit
ass
catchy, though.
dude.
Try it in my small town, buddy.